I didn't write a pre-intro thing, so... On Saturday, I went out with some people from work. It was fun, except I got off at 5 and everyone else finished at 8. I could have walked home, had supper, and walked back. I had plenty of time, but it seemed super unlikely that I would have actually made the walk back again. And for once, I really did want to hang out with people more than the book I was reading. It's not very good. So instead, I just hung around Soho for 3 hours. I wandered around Covent Garden for a bit. There were some pretty neat souvenir things I might have to go back for. As I was about to go drinking, I didn't think it was the best time to collect various fragile objects. Still, Covent Garden didn't take that long to get to, and then the wind picked up and the sun went away, and I spent a solid hour and a half in McDonald's. Just sitting there. I wasn't on my phone because I was trying to save the battery for later so that I'd be able to find my way home. I didn't even have my mildly boring book. It reminded me of high school and all the time I spent at Wendy's after school but before work. Except high school me would have always had a book. And a cute little flip phone that I could not use to play games, listen to music, or check Facebook. I didn't even have Facebook! I got my first phone when I was 16 because I was driving and my mom didn't want me to end up in the ditch mid-blizzard without the means to call anyone. For the record, I have yet to end up in the ditch, but I was still glad to get a phone. It was about that big and it was great and it flipped open and it still had the extendable antenna. And from there, I got an even smaller one that slid up to reveal a tiny keypad. Then they started getting bigger. That next one was the one that everyone seemed to have. It was thick and black and it flipped that way so that you had a full keyboard. No more T9 for me! And the last two have been smartphones. First was an Android that never quite synced with my Mac. And now this one. 5 phones in 10 years. Not bad. I don't even remember why I started talking about phones. Doesn't matter. I have fallen in love with Hamilton. For those of you whose friends are not theater nerds, it's a musical. I don't know why it took me so long to jump on the bandwagon, but like, what? I can't stop listening to it, and I desperately want to be King George. And I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Bye! It took me forever to make it through the whole soundtrack because I kept going back to listen to my favorites, which was like every song, and I couldn't stop rewatching the White House performance of My Shot. But I finally finished this morning. It was so lovely. I was weeping into my tea. Yeah, I have tea every day now. Sawed off.